Hey guys, I did that video the other day where I was talking about, the whole being able to pull documents out of your county seat, titles especially, and finding out that almost every county, 73 out of 75 counties in the state where I live in have been hacked. Now, these are not state offices, these are county offices, and specifically where titles are held. And then I had some of you guys in the comments below, I said, challenge me on this. If you listen, a lot of my audience might work in these places. Are you hearing the same thing? Because what I'm hearing is that people are saying in these county offices, who are saying that this was a hack attempt. The systems were locked and they were held at ransom. There was like ransomware, and the authorities are blaming this on a Russian, hacking attempt. A Russian hacking attempt. And so I challenged my audience and said, hey, if you've heard about this, you need to leave a comment below and let me know. And since then, I have people who have left comments from Ohio, from Montana, from Iowa, from Pennsylvania, and from a number of other states who said, yes, the counties are being hacked. The counties are being hacked. And it's mostly the county, not state offices, but county offices that are handling these titles. And records, the records offices, that they can't get these records, they can't pull these records that are being locked and frozen. And then today we wake up this morning and all U.S. flights are grounded. All U.S. flights, there's a computer malfunction. There's a computer, whatever excuse they're giving. Guys, they're not reporting the county hacks. It's happening all across the country. Again, these are not state level hacks. These are county hacks. They're hacking the county level offices. The little country county seat office in the little main street, with 2,500 people. That's the county I live in. The main town, the biggest town in my county, has got around 2,500-ish people. And they have been hacked. All 73 out of 75 counties in the state where I live have been hacked. And again, lots of people are reporting this. And no one's reporting it. It's not in the media. So are you going to really believe what they're saying in the media about all the flights being grounded? There's a computer malfunction. There's a computer glitch that's, we're working through that. We're going to get that. And other countries are not reporting the same, that all flights are grounded in their countries, unless they're coming to the U.S. or have connecting flights to the U.S. I'm watching that on the news right now. I'm seeing that on Twitter and different places. So what are they not telling us? Who cares? I mean, listen, I'm a history buff. I love watching history documentaries. And I know during World War II, there were all kinds of things that happened that the public was never made aware of during the times in which it happened in order to stave off, people going nuts. They didn't want to cause a panic. And so they didn't tell the public of all the things that were taking place. Like there was times when, a Japanese sub got close enough to the Pacific coast and, shelled the Pacific coast. I mean, there's lots of different things like that happened that they tried to keep it quiet because they didn't want to cause panic. Things are happening. I think we are at war with China. We're at war with Russia. We already know we're in a proxy war, and it's our drones being used to hit Russia over there. It's our HIMARS that have been developed and our personnel that's being used to train those people over there. It's our stuff. It's a proxy war. So my thing is, what are we not being told? I don't know. I don't know what the next days are going to hold for this country. I know we're in the middle of an economic collapse. That's for sure. And what I know now is that all flights have been canceled. And what I know now is that county record offices are being hacked. And so, we have this media now that we didn't have 20, 30 years ago. That's the internet that allows us to share information freely outside of what the state-controlled media, what the government-controlled media, because it's always been government-controlled, is telling you. And so that way we can share information and think for ourselves maybe what's happening. What this allows you to do is to get your butt in gear and, start to think outside the box and say, okay, if this service goes down, if that service goes down, if this is detrimental to society and this happens or whatever, I can take certain steps to put countermeasures in place to sustain myself through whatever times may come. Do you have some fuel reserves? Do you have a way to filter water? Do you have different alternative sources for water? Do you have food stored up? Do you have a way to put out a fire in your house if a fire should ever start? Things like this, because if the services that you're normally used to holding your hand do not arrive to service you, what will you do? What will you do if your toilet never flushes anymore? Have you watched my videos on composting toilets? It's a very effective way to get rid of your waste and to service that waste and then to reuse it. It's healthy. Multiple university studies have been written on this. And I pointed them out in the past. Composting, humanure. It's all of this stuff. Do you have a way to think outside the box? If you don't, you better start thinking about it. Your time is running out. So I watched this today about the flights being canceled. I don't know what to think about it. I'm just paying attention like all of you are. But yeah, interesting times lay ahead. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. What is going on here? If you have intel that maybe other people don't know, please leave a comment below. You know how you can sign up under a fake account or whatever and you don't have to leave your name or anything. No one's going to come knocking on your door. But I'd love to hear what you have to say about stuff because that's how the media today is. There's so many things. I got to be careful here. There's so many things the media is not talking about today that they ought to be talking about. Like, a mass die-off. People are dropping like flies. The media, if anybody gets held accountable after all this, the media needs to get held accountable because right now, at this time, you and I are the media. You and I are the only way that news travels freely and openly and honestly, whether it's right or wrong. Because we can be right or wrong. Anyone can be right or wrong. Everyone makes mistakes, but the only free travel of information that's taking place right now is on platforms like this. And even on here, we have to be careful about what we say because we'll be censored. I mentioned in the other video I did, YouTube has really ground down my channel lately. And I get so many of you who are saying that. In fact, I have 220,000 subscribers over. And only a fraction of them, my videos, come up in their feed. I was watching John Kohler the other day talking about some garden stuff because I love gardening and I'm getting that itch right now because we're getting ready to get into gardening. And the guy's got almost 1 million views, 1 million subscribers. He's got almost 1 million subscribers. I've been watching him forever. And he's lucky if he can get over 6,000 people to watch his videos. You know why? Because he talks about things that someone at YouTube doesn't like and they've got him on shadow ban. And he's more left-leaning than I could ever be. I'm just to the right of Attila the Hun when it comes to me, politically. but that guy, I like that guy. He's a great guy. And he puts out great information. But he's not even, but he talks about things that gets him in trouble. He talks about things that the powers that be at ABC land don't want him to be talking about. And they got him shadow banned. He's got over 1 million subscribers. All right, it's just the world we're living in. So, all right, leave a comment below. I'd love to know your thoughts. See you next time in the Homestead. Bye! Alexander the Great. Did you know when he died, his body was placed in a coffin made of solid gold? Decades later, Ptolemy X and Cleopatra III stole the coffin and gold artifacts just so they could pay their war debts. Germany, at the time of World War II, stole all of the gold they could get their hands on, and much of it still today has not yet been accounted for. You see, all throughout history, when times get tough, people, either good or bad, seek real wealth. They turn to gold and silver. The central banks and Wall Street cheerleaders would have you believe that gold and silver are just shiny rocks with no real value. But did you know that central banks around the world have for the last year been buying record amounts of gold and silver for stockpiling? Stockpiling for what? What do they know that they're not telling us? Genesis Gold Group is a proud supporter of an American homestead. They help people get out of locked-in 401ks and IRAs into something that's real, physical gold and silver. If you're going to be locked into something, it might be a good idea to talk to Genesis Gold Group about being locked into something physically vaulted instead of just a piece of paper that at the end of the day is just that, a piece of paper. It's a clear surety that our economy is headed for turbulent waters. The nation is currently over $31 trillion in debt, and Congress keeps spending money and the Fed keeps printing it. That does not bode well for anyone keeping and saving money in savings accounts or paper-denominated assets. Call Genesis Gold Group today, this instant, or visit them online at genesisgoldgroup.com. They can put together a strategy that's right for you. And be sure to say that you heard about them from an American homestead. Hey
Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.